Questions for Aidan?
Aidan, when I covered you in the Big Ten, clearly a different offense than this. How's the adjustment coming for you?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been challenging. It's a lot of new things at the line of scrimmage that I wasn't used to doing in college, and so it's a lot more responsibility. But I think you're able to see the game in a new perspective, and that responsibility is pretty cool. And you're able to do different things with knowing what everything means and the intricacies of everything is pretty cool. So it's definitely been a learning curve, but been something that's been pretty fun.
It's just been a couple months of an off-season program and a couple of weeks of training camp, but I'm sure people will talk to you about how the game is different at the NFL level compared to college, not just in talent, but in the way things are, scheme-wise. What's been the biggest adjustment, would you say, or the biggest change, would you say, from college to pro?
Yeah, I think it's just everyone's talented. Everyone's the 1% of the 1%, and so when you look around the huddle and you look across the ball, those guys were the best at their universities as well. And so it's just an increased, definitely intensity at practice and then just level of talent around the board.
When you walk into a huddle and see Devontae Adams and Colton Miller and players like that, what do you have to do from a mind perspective to say, okay, I'm here with them and I have to act like I've been here before? Not trying to push it too far like that, but the fact that you belong and have to be the leader of this team with some veterans like that.
Yeah, I think it comes with preparation. You have to prepare, and when you get in the huddle, have confidence that you know what you're going to do and you know what everybody else's job is. And so it takes preparation to have confidence. And so I try to prepare as best I can and work as hard as I can, just keep my head down and do what I got to do.
And you were a walk-on at Purdue and worked your way up to be a starter. Has that experience kind of prepared you a little bit for walking into this room with some veterans that you have to kind of compete against?
I think so. I think, the experience was valuable. I started pretty low on the totem pole at Purdue, and through just different circumstances was able to, rise up the depth chart. And so I think that's definitely helpful. I think it's definitely a new experience now, and there's things you can bring over from college, but at the same time, it's a completely new experience. And so as much as I can, I rely on what I've been through, but at the same time, you got to look forward and continue to press forward.
Only been a couple weeks at training camp, but do you feel like you've already made progress from where you came in a couple weeks ago, and in what ways do you feel that way?
Yeah, I'd hope so. You try to get 1% better every day and just put pennies in the jar. And a lot of times that comes from making mistakes, and so there's mistakes that I've made early in camp that I've tried to learn from and try not to make the same mistake twice. And I know I have a lot more to learn, a long way to go. And so as much as you want to reflect on how far you've come, you kind of just got to, like I said, keep your head down and keep working.
What kind of guidance have Jimmy and Brian given you?
Awesome. I mean, 25 years in the league between them, and they've seen a lot of football, played a lot of football, and so they've been super supportive, have challenged me, have just let me into their mind really, and to know what they're thinking and what their thought process is on each play. Again, they've both been in the system before and have had success, so it's been awesome having those guys in the room to learn from them. And even if they're not saying anything to me, just taking mental reps and listening to what they say and watching what they do.
It was alluded to earlier about being in a huddle with Devontae and the others, but also you're competing against Max Crosby and Chandler Jones every day. What is that like? 'Cause certainly that two of the best in the NFL get you up to speed on NFL speed, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you learn you can't hold the ball for very long. It's different than it was in college. And so, like I said before, on our side of the ball and on the other side of the ball, there's great players that, are some of the best in the world. So it makes you raise your game.
Obviously, there's pros and cons, but what's the single most important thing you learned transitioning from college to the NFL?
That's a good question. I think just be myself. I had a lot of great advice from people that have been in my shoes before, and try not to put try not to put too much pressure on myself. Just be myself. Enjoy the process. At the end of the day, it's just football, and so I'm gonna work as hard as I can. Try not to leave any stone unturned, but at the same time, enjoy it. Have fun playing the game.
Speaking about enjoying going into the joint practice with the 49ers in your first preseason game, stepping on the NFL field, what excites you the most about going into this week?
I think it's just another opportunity, for our team to, work hard and play against somebody different. But, I think for us, it really remains the same. We got to know our assignment, do our job, and work hard to do that.
You played over at Allegiant in the East-West Shrine game.
Yep.
Did it ever dawn on you that this might be where you ended up playing, and how cool is it going to be to take the field as a Raider on Sunday.
Yeah, I thought about it and definitely hoped. It's obviously an amazing stadium, and it's going to be a great experience. But like I said, I'm trying to stay within myself, do my job, and just try to execute.
Pretty common phrase you hear a lot with rookies is saying their head is swimming when they first come in. I imagine there's some of that happening, but is there anything that you do specifically or advice you were given to try to mitigate that some?
I think just rolling with the punches, understanding that I'm not the first rookie to ever walk in here, not the first rookie quarterback, and so there's challenges that come with it. Nobody's perfect, even the guys that have been doing it for a while, and so as I keep alluding to, just trying to work as hard as possible to limit mistakes, to make sure I know what I'm doing on every play and what everybody else's responsibility is. I think you just got to prepare to give yourself the best chance possible. And when mistakes come, you learn from them and try to move on.
You like living here so far?
It's been great. It's been great. A little warm, especially that stretch in July was a little tough, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of sun, which I enjoy.
And you wore 16 in college, and then wearing number 4 raised a few eyebrows for fans of the Raiders. What went into your mindset of picking number 4?
Yeah, it was a number that was given to me. I really don't care what number I play with. I'll play with any number, so I don't worry too much about that.
4 times 4 is 16.
No, nothing like that. I'm not that good at math.
What do you hope to get out of the next couple of days?
Just obviously a new experience. So getting to see the first NFL training camp, playing against another team. I think just trying to soak it all in, trying to enjoy it, and trying to challenge myself to, like I said, take mental reps. If I get reps out there, to take reps and succeed, and as I keep saying, learn from mistakes. And so just try to grow as a player.
A little off topic, so sorry if this catches you off guard, but you guys have had some high school football teams come and watch you practice at training camp. You're still a pretty young guy. You're not that far removed from those days. Could you have seen back then would you be inspired by something like that? And is it important to you to be involved in the community in that sort of way?
Yeah, it's a good question. I dreamed of playing NFL football for a long time, especially in high school. High school was really when I fell in love with football. The lights on Friday, watching my older brothers play was huge for me, and so I know if I had that opportunity in high school, it'd be pretty cool. And so it's awesome that those high schools have been able to do that. And I love being in the community, helping those kids, encouraging those kids. And I know especially for me, it was a long shot for me to make it here, and so it would mean the world to me to encourage another kid to shoot for the stars.
Have you had that moment in the locker room though when you look at, I was a walk-on at Purdue and now I'm sitting in an NFL locker room? I mean, has it hit you yet that I reached it?
I think you have to have a proper balance of reflection and also understanding I'm trying to play more football. I don't want that to be, my story is just getting here. I want to hopefully work as hard as I can to stay. And so I definitely want to be reflective and be grateful for where I've come from. But at the same time, I think after my career is over, we can sit down and, think more about that.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.